questions are going to be directed at individuals, since the individuals were the only ones that were involved or had first-hand knowledge. I don't want any, well, I think, or maybe it was and maybe it wasn't. If I ask you and you have no knowledge, just say you don't have any knowledge. This took place a long time ago. There's a lot of questions that I was asked, and I had promised the gentleman that I would get them answered to the best of my ability. This packet contains all the relevant documents that I could find, either a public record or newspaper advertising and any other ways I could find it. The background on this is, a gentleman asked me at breakfast one morning back in October of '08 if I was going to be like everybody else and give city property away. I told the gentleman I had no idea what he was talking about. And he says, well, the city bought some real expensive property and then gave it away. That was all he had said to me. It took me about 6 months to find out what he was talking about in deeds. And what it is across the street, the big white building, the empty gas station lot, and a small lot adjacent. Ended up being 3 parcels. When I did some research, the first 2 items in your pack I handed you are the 2 deeds that the city of Johnsonville purchased the properties with back in 1984. And I just have one real quick question on that.
Mr. Stash, let me
Yes,
interrupt you just a minute before you get into your presentation. As far as you asking questions, I don't mind you asking questions. They don't have to be answered at this time.
No, they don't.
And nobody was presented this before council
No,
meeting.
this is first-hand knowledge of memory. It's old.
Yeah.
If you don't
so nobody's
remember,
had any research
yeah,
on this.
well, you shouldn't need any. If you remember, fine. If you don't, fine. There's no problem there.
Okay.
I mean, this took place a long time ago. I have the limited minutes from the meetings where these things took place and what documents were drawn and derived from it. I do have one question. I don't know if anybody even has any idea why Johnsonville bought the buildings to begin with back in '84.
I can give you I can't speak for everyone, but I can give you a little bit of an answer. What had happened back then, there was a lot of money available, grant money to refurbish buildings. We were presented with, the city was presented with this opportunity to do some renovations. Had an old furniture store building there. Presentation was made. I think it probably went as far as having architectural drawings drawn up, presented, and the idea was to make that a city complex building. It was the original.
I could find no written record of why, and it amazed me. I knew there had to be some reason. Well, I appreciate that, Mayor. Thank you.
Clemson came down and made drawings of the building and studied it.
Yeah.
It was a big thing about streetscape, revitalization. Yeah, and there at that point there was a lot of money available.
Well, that was just my curiosity. Records I had checked, nothing ever came up as to why. Okay, beginning with the first document after the deed is a special council meeting held on April 23rd, '96. Now, the only 2 members that are here that I would consider first-hand knowledge is the mayor and Councilwoman Marsh. They're the only 2 that were showing as being active and on the city council at the time. To begin with, it says a motion was made by Council Member Cox and seconded by Council Member Taylor to enter into an executive session to consider 2 offers which had been made to purchase a property owned by the city of Johnsonville. Motion carried unanimously. My big question is, who was the second offer from? Who was the second offer from? That would be directed only at the mayor and Councilwoman March, because they're the only first-hand knowledge of this.
Now, this was in 96.
96.
The only person I remember, well, who's it said, who made it in this, because I was looking to see. I wasn't on council when this was purchased originally.
No,
But
when
the
this
offer-
motion was made, you were here.
Yeah, I was here.
That's all I'm concerned
I
with.
just see this.
I don't care about any of the surrounding
The only one I
data.
remember is Jimmy Poston at one time made an offer on that building.
Now, you went into executive session, so the two offers had to be discussed. Because that's what you went in for.
Well, I don't know if it was at this time or not, you know, at this particular time.
Well, the minutes say it is.
Okay.
Councilwoman Marsh, you don't remember. Okay, Mayor Dukes, do you remember? Granted, it's a long time ago.
I do remember I argued and
That's
Steve,
okay.
no, against selling it, but that's beside the point. But go ahead. And Steve, I think, will remember that.
I don't know who.
Okay, you
all
don't
the people-
remember?
Let me finish answering my question. I don't
Okay.
know all the people who may have made an offer on that building.
Well, it only says two offers were considered, according to the minutes. It says that go into executive session to consider two offers which have been made to purchase the property. Now, I'm reading from the minutes, so I can only go by what is